Yes.
Hello, Naresh. I'm Sanmeet. I'm
Yeah.
Sunmeet.
Yes, ma'am. Nice to meet
Okay.
you.
Yeah, nice to meet you as well. So you're from Agra,
Yes,
right?
I'm from Agra.
Are you okay? Are you living in Agra right now?
Yes, ma'am. I'm living right now.
Okay, I'm talking to you from Chandigarh.
Are you okay? Are you from Chandigarh?
Yeah, so quite close to Agra, not very far. So what do you do, Naresh? Do you study?
Yes, ma'am. I'm doing a study. I'm doing a B.Ed second year.
B.Ed second year, right?
Yes.
So what are your future plans? Will you study further or will you teach?
I will teach. I will teach in next in future. But
Okay.
I want. Yes.
So do you have any I was about to say favorite subject, but maybe that's not the right way to put it. What subjects will you teach in the future when you become
In
a
the
teacher?
in the future, I want to teach only English, and
Okay.
next one is mathematics.
Okay, English and math. So that's
Yes.
quite a combination because most people who are good in English, they are not very good in math. And those are good in math, they are not very good in English.
But I love to both English and math.
Okay. Okay, that's wonderful. I mean, if you can teach both, that's great. I mean,
Yes,
mic is
ma'am.
on. Yes. Okay. So just let me know once you're settled down, so that you don't miss anything.
Means
Because your mic
I
just
did
went
not
on
get
mute.
you.
Your mic just went on mute. Okay, now I can
Okay.
hear you. So I thought you were adjusting your equipment. That's why I said that. That
Okay.
if
Now
you need to
it's
refresh
well.
anything, okay, now it's fine.
Yes.
Okay, right. All right then, Naresh, what would you like to discuss? Do you have any questions for me, or do you just want to have a general discussion? Just let me know.
Yes, ma'am. I have some questions
Okay.
regarding my English. How can I improve?
Okay.
So tell me.
Okay. Okay. So how can you improve is like a very loaded question because I don't really know much about you. Um, Whatever suggestions I give, they vary from person to person after I get to hear them talk for a couple of sessions. In
Yes.
general terms, if you ask me, like without any knowledge, without any background knowledge, in general terms, I would just recommend to engage with the language as much as possible. So typically, if you see that there are proficiency tests like IELTS, TOEFL, where they test your English ability, they expect you to be good in all the four components: reading, writing, listening, and speaking. Right?
Okay.
So if you can engage with the language on all four levels as frequently as possible, your English will improve. So it's like a very obvious statement, but the more you use any skill, the better you get at it.
Okay.
So you will have to make it a conscious part of your daily routine,
Okay.
right? So
I will add something to
yeah,
read.
yeah. So the strategy can be worked out because some people don't realize they watch a lot of Hindi content. They watch a
Mhm.
lot of Hindi content for hours. And if they're trying to push their English fluency to the next level, that's not going to help them. So they might have to cut back on watching Hindi content and include more of English content. So that's one way. It doesn't really feel very comfortable, but that's a strategy, to improve your listening ability.
Yes.
Um, and yeah, I mean, we can get into as much detail as possible, but you will have to ask me a more specific question for me to get into that detail.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. So what else?
So I try my best to learn English. I in future I
Hmm.
will watch uh, with subtitle movie and
Hmm.
without subtitle.
Hmm. Yeah, that will work.
Yeah.
Yeah. That will definitely help your listening ability, especially if you are conscious about different words. If you have a innate awareness about new words and how those words are used, then you will be able to get more out of watching movies in English, watching movies or whatever content you watch in English, right? But if you only watch and you don't practice talking,
Yes,
you will
practice
continue to
matters.
have some hesitation. Yeah,
Okay, that's why
yeah.
I joined the Clapingo, because the practice
Okay.
makes man perfect.
Yes.
So on daily basis, I try to talking Clapingo Twitters.
Yeah.
So it will
Yeah.
help me, and
Yes. It will definitely help.
find my yes, find my negativities. You are at this time. You are doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, to be honest, my style is not to point to many mistakes. I just want people to be able to develop momentum of a conversation. A lot of us, we have to think very hard. What do I say next? And then, we talk. It takes time for us to figure out, to select the right thought and convert it into speech only in English. So that takes a
Yeah.
lot of time for all of us. Yeah. So we need to increase the speed of doing that. If you can do that,
Sometimes, sometimes I
yeah,
use
your
I
fluency.
used
Hmm. Yes.
sometimes I used when I thinking, then I speaking. So it will take more
Hmm.
time to speak.
Yes.
Then
Yeah.
frontier is a thing that is not able to speak.
Hmm. So that happens when we are talking about something that we are not very familiar with, or it's a new topic for us. That then you're likely to take more time. But if you keep challenging yourself with different topics, you give yourself time to think. So sometimes thoughts will come to you like this, and sometimes they will come a little more slowly. If you can, but if you keep practicing, even while talking about difficult topics, things start coming to you quicker.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. So if you can just focus on building momentum, everything starts falling into place. Whatever grammar you are learning, you are able to use it better because you know that there is a platform or an outlet where you are going to test yourself on how much you have retained that grammar or how well you are able to use a new word that you learned a few days ago. So what do
Ma'am,
most people do? Hmm.
to speak grammar is matters. Grammar is
So
important.
the fundamentals do help. When I say fundamentals, noun pronoun is fairly simple. Noun pronoun adjective. This is very simple stuff.
Yeah.
Even conjunctions, very simple stuff. Most people get confused in tenses and verbs. Tenses are sort of a tenses are what verbs tend to change form according to time, right? So if you
Yeah.
did something in the past, it will sound different. In the present, it will sound different, and in the future, it will sound different. So that is a source of confusion for most people. And I think prepositions is also another tough concept. So these two, three tricky concepts, if you can, thanks to YouTube and thanks to the internet, there are uncountable free resources where you can, brush up these concepts. If you can take
Yeah.
care of these concepts, the rest will start falling into place very easily.
Yes, and internet and YouTube is very helpful to me and
Yeah,
others, because we are
yeah,
stuck something that sentence. So I search what is the means of
yes,
it.
yeah,
This will
yeah.
help me.
Yeah, so this is a great platform for reference, YouTube and Google. I do that too, but that's not enough because you need to still perform somewhere to see how do you sound like
Yeah.
when there's no textbook or and no aid to assist you next to you.
Yes.
Hmm. Yeah.
Ma'am, I talking about someone is known everything, like and they know grammar, they know our sentence, but they can't
Hmm.
speak. But they can't speak.
Okay.
So
So you know some people like that who know grammar and who know proper
yes,
sentence structure.
I also I know how to use grammar sentence. Then when I
Okay.
tried trying to speak, then I got stuck.
Okay. So
Yeah.
there are two things. One is lack of self confidence,
Yeah.
and second is lack of practice. right?
So
And both of them are interrelated. You don't feel confident because you don't practice speaking in English enough, and because you don't practice, when you talk in English, it feels very very awkward. So I compare this to running, right? If somebody never really runs, right, then they decide I'm going to run a marathon tomorrow,
yeah,
you know, after 1 minute they are going to get, their brain is going to get exhausted, the nervous system is going to give up. They're like, after 1 minute it's running starts feeling like torture, right? You feel out of breath and the lungs feel the pressure. So it's the same with talking in English, because your brain still has to work really hard to think in English. And if you're not used to doing that, it feels very very awkward, because brain is used to thinking in Hindi or whatever your preferred language is. The brain is used to thinking in those words.
yes,
So when you push your brain to think in English, the brain is going to get tired after a minute or so. So to you will have
yes.
to
Both things
build
are
that
both
mental.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah, both things are important. Confidence and what is this? Other things?
Confidence and practice.
Yes, practice. Okay.
Yes. And third pillar is knowledge. So you have knowledge, right?
Yes.
Because if we don't know what to say, how will we say it, right? And you
The
obviously probably have that knowledge. So knowledge, because you should have some thoughts that you want to convey, one, and then you should have the courage to say it out aloud. So confidence, and to do these things again and again and again, practice.
okay. Thank you, ma'am, for
Yeah, yeah,
suggesting.
yeah.
So, ma'am,
Uh,
tell me about yourself little bit.
so I used to work as a writer before I joined Clapingo. I joined Clapingo in June 2021. Yeah, and yeah, so prior to that, I was working as a writer, and it was a very unpredictable job. My workflow was not stable. There were strict deadlines, so my stress levels were like fluctuating. My routine was all over the place, and I wanted a break from this, and I did not know how, because I wanted to upgrade my skills also as a writer. I did not just want to be a writer. I wanted to maybe learn a little more about marketing, and then take the time to explore which aspect of marketing I want to specialize in. So I wasn't getting that time. Uh, but thanks to Clapingo, I started working on that. So I am just doing a
So,
few courses in marketing on the side, but nothing seriously. Um, I mean, I'm teaching myself in a very low, with a very low stress level. So
yes, you are doing
and
multitasking.
yes,
You are
not
multitasking.
exactly. Not exactly. Thanks to Clapingo, I don't have to become an expert overnight. I don't need to learn anything very quickly. So I can take my time, and this is a change of pace for me, because before that it was all deadlines and looking for work, looking for clients, and then when I got work, I had to submit it quickly. So it was a very tense kind of a job for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing this details about you.
Yeah, yeah, my pleasure. Although I don't like to bore people too much, but yes, it always helps to understand the background of the other person, and then we can ask them better questions.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
right. Hmm.
so tell me about me. I'm speaking well or not. Give me some feedback.
I just feel that you are feeling a little self-conscious while talking in English. You are trying to, you are trying really hard, in the sense that you are second guessing yourself. Like, am I saying this correctly? But, I think with a little bit of practice, your self-confidence is going to improve. Uh, and uh, and I just want to tell you that fluency is something that comes and goes. And since we are doing B.Ed,
Yes.
if you can get into the habit of explaining anything, explaining a different situation, explaining, maybe giving the details of a book that you read. Maybe you saw a YouTube video in which you really liked the key points of that video. If you can just talk about these things, it will really help you to open up and relax and create your own voice.
Okay.
Yeah, you will be able to develop a style, and teachers eventually they get really good at communicating. So in
Yes.
your case, you want to get good at communicating before you get your job, right? So you just need to explain different things according to what you understand from them or what you like about them, so that you get
Okay.
into the habit of expressing your opinion in English. That will give you a massive boost of confidence. Yeah, that's just about it. As you
Me-
said, that it seems like theoretically you are very strong, but you feel a little awkward when you're talking. So I just felt that you are a little bit self-conscious, but not too much. Nothing that can't be improved after a few sessions. You will start getting
uh,
comfortable with every session you have.
sometimes I face unconfidence. So that's why when I starting
Hmm.
something, so I thought I forget some all things.
Hmm.
So
So you're forgetting because you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself. You don't want to make a mistake. You want to frame every sentence correctly. So that pressure is making your brain go blank at times. When you're too hard on yourself, the brain goes blank. I don't want to work. You're thinking too hard.
yes,
So that's why your
yeah,
brain is giving up on you. You're making it work too hard. So
yeah,
language should come to you easily.
yes. No, knowledge in this conversation, knowledge matters. Whenever talking
Hmm.
about that topic, I know about that topic.
Hmm.
So how can I speak?
Hmm.
So you say
Hmm.
knowledge matters.
Yeah.
Yes, whenever I try to
So
speak
knowledge.
in,
Yeah.
yeah,
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Continue.
I try to speak in details. So
Hmm.
I have I have lack.
Okay. So talk
Yeah.
about things that you like talking about first.
Okay.
So if you like cricket, talk about cricket. This is just an
Okay.
example. Okay. And I think we are about to get cut off. But the knowledge that I was talking about grammar knowledge, vocabulary knowledge. But in context of conversations, to get more comfortable quickly, talk about things that you like talking about.
Okay.
That will help you get comfortable quickly. That's the fastest way to get comfortable. But it will still take some time. There is some level of comfort that will come with time, and a little bit will come after 5-10 minutes of talking. So there are two kinds of confidence. I
Okay,
mean, I
ma'am.
will
That's
get into
fine.
detail maybe if I get to talk to you again. I don't want to confuse you, but yeah, I think we're just about to get cut off. So I just want to let you know that it was nice talking to you. You were very patient with what I was saying, and yeah, you are in a good place. You will only improve from here on. So just just keep doing what you're doing.
Yes, ma'am. I'm doing day by day, and I
Hmm.
try to speak more, and I
Yes.
want to and deeply I want to try to detail. I want to try any topics.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
it will
So
help me.
that will definitely help you.
Yes, it will help
Yes.
me to
Yes.
elaborate something and some topics.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Yes. Yeah. Just keep this in mind, and I wish you all the best uh, with regard to your journey to improve yourself from here on.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Right. Okay, then bye, Naresh. Have a nice evening.
Okay,
It
good
was
night,
nice
ma'am.
talking to you. Bye.